First top headlines. Fuel outlets likely to announce indefinite shutting down following the bomb attack at Moirang Thanalekai petrol pump. State level 192nd death anniversary of Maharaj Gambhir Singh observed at Langthabal. FESOC Anti-Drug Abuse Secretary comments on the need of building of unity and oneness for peace and prosperity in the state. IPOM President stresses to leave behind selfish thoughts to promote a unified Manipur. UPF's National Reconciliation Month concludes today. Assam opposition files police complaint against BJP leaders over voter roll deletions. And Russian drone strikes cause blackouts in Ukraine. Hello, welcome to ELITETV's Prime Time English News Bulletin. I'm your host, Deemita. Now the news in detail. Following the incident of bomb attack at a petrol outlet at Moirang Thanalekai at the Bishnupur district yesterday, the 8th January, petrol pumps in the state are likely to announce indefinite shutting down in protest against such a violent attack. People were seen today, the 9th January, waiting in long queues, anticipating the indefinite shutting down of fuel outlets across the state. Manipur Governor Jayakumar Valla today, the 9th January, graced observance of the 192nd death anniversary of Maharaj Gambhir Singh at the Maharaj Samadhi at Langthabal, Kanchipur. Governor A.K. Valla laid offered floral tributes to the portrait of Maharaj Gambhir Singh. A guard of honor, gun salute and the sounding of the last post were accorded by a contingent of the Manipur Rifles as part of the ceremonial observance. Later, the governor also laid the people in offering floral tributes to the statues of Maharaj Gambhir Singh, Maidingu Narasingha and Sana Herachandra. He took part in the observance of Tarpon Kadpa and paid observance to the Dohpala. The program was attended by MLAs, Chief Secretary, Security Advisor, senior officials of the civil and police administration and members of the public. Addressing the gathering, Governor Valla said Manipur's history, though marked by glory, also witnessed immense suffering during the Burmese occupations from 1819 to 1826, remembered as Chahitarit Kundakpa. He noted that the period of devastation threatened the very survival of the kingdom, but also gave rise to exceptional leadership in Maharaj Gambhir Singh, whose courage and unity of purpose inspired a resolute struggle for freedom. He said the state government is honoring the Maharaj's enduring legacy by protecting his Samadhi as a historical monument and developing Langthabal Konungching as a center of heritage, learning and tourism. Federal Students Organization's Kanglei Park FESOC Anti-Drug Abuse Secretary Ketchumiyum Naukja commented on the need to build up unity and oneness for peace and prosperity in the strife-torn state Manipur. The statement was made today in connection with observations of a remembrance of 7 years devastation being jointly organized by FESOC and Manipuri Department of Manipur University. The event, which was held at Manipur Press Club at Major Khul, was attended by Manipuri Advisor Board Sahitya Academy Convener and Manipur University Manipur Department, former HOD Professor Rajan Toijamba, Manipur Department Manipur University Head of Department Professor Loitongmam Birjita Devi, Manipuri Department Manipur University Assistant Professor Dr. Nauram Sanatom Singh, FESOC President Kangujam Amarjit. Speaking on the occasion, FESOC Anti-Drug Abuse Secretary and Convener Khatrimium Naucha stated that in the past, the people of Manipur suffered due to the royal palace intrigues and fights for kingship between the royal princes and kings of the then princely state of Manipur. He stressed that the current Manipur situation also presents a similar tumultuous scenario, equaling the period of 7 years devastation with no time period for the return of peace and normalcy in the state Manipur. He highlighted that without unity and common ideologies, the current Manipur crisis cannot be solved, and he does urge all stakeholders in the state to unite and proceed towards bringing back peace and harmony in the state Manipur.
Karam kanda karam matam bawa sat kigani hai baik koi tambang amanate matam adu da tau ki baik koi ki inthong masa sing koi mesen region mana ta ba pam bai tamakta munaraga pamunatana awadam haijan tawraga koi ki kontak lan si ki ba awana ta ki ba tasena matam du ki mitsam parja jing ki su lan jaba natte lan chen na ki ba mayam to.
Indigenous Peoples Organization Manipur IPOM President Advocate Y. Deemita stated that we all need to leave behind selfish thoughts to promote unified Manipur. He further highlighted the sacrifices and endeavors made by our forefathers during the 7 years devastation and the continued unified efforts in rebuilding the state of Manipur once again. This statement was made today, the 9 January, in connection with the observance of National Reconciliation Day held at Awangkuno Mayalekai, Sanabo. Today's observation was attended by Indigenous Peoples Organization Manipur IPOM President Advocate Y. Deemita, Manipur University retired Professor Naurem Joy Kumar, Federation of Civil Society Manipur Folks former President Thoidingjam Manihar, MPCM President Haji Arabhat Tambakmayum, Palem President Kumabam Jibanmala, Imphal College Department of History HOD Associate Professor Godmay Lanbilung Kabui, and Oriental College Department of History Assistant Professor Oinam Daniel. Speaking during the observation, IPOM President Y. Deemita further stated that the observation aims to reignite once again the unified efforts made by the people of the hills and valleys during the 7 years devastation in fighting against the then Burmese rulers. He stressed that we all must work in unison not to let such devastation occur again in the history of Manipur, and highlighted that unity and strong bond of communication between all communities of the state is the only way forward to bring back peace and harmony in the state.
Consolidated tonganaba, consolidated tonganaba, Onaminaba, Kusinaba Musangi.
United People's Front UPF month-long campaign of National Reconciliation Month came to a close today, the 9th January, alongside observation of 192nd anniversary of Manipur's late Maharaj Gambhir Singh at Langtabal, Kanchipur. The closing ceremony of the month-long campaign was attended by UPF President Andrew Pachandra, UCM President YK Dhiren, CCSK President Jitendra Ningomba, Amuko President Sanjoy Sorokhaibam, and AMSU President Lukram Malang Bamaite. A rally was also carried out which commenced from Manipur College, Singjamai, and culminated at the Langtabal Shrine of late Maharaj Gambhir Singh. Speaking on the occasion, UPF President Andrew Pachandra stated that during the month-long campaign, which began on 9 December, several discussions and poster campaigns were held at various places, including outside the state Manipur, to unify and not to let devastation occurred again in the state. He further highlighted the role played by late Maharaj Gambhir Singh in unification of the then princely state of Manipur, protecting the land and its people from the 7 years devastation period, and stressed the need to imbibe the principles and ideologies of late Maharaj Gambhir Singh by today's generation.
Maharaj Gambhir Singh ana Manipur da lauri ba thaudang ado machi Manipur kunai si kanana ba lauri ba thaudang ne khanjaraga ai koina mesi ado ngasi gi mirona asuguna ba Gambhir Singh ana lauri mi ba thaudang ase ai koina ngasi kawundraga ni Manipur ase kanna ga moi ai wa kalon ni bi khanjaraga ai koina lai khat pakak na tana ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯊꯋꯥꯏ ꯍꯛꯆꯥꯡ ꯌꯥꯎꯅ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯈꯨꯗꯤꯡꯃꯛ ꯂꯦꯞꯃꯤꯟꯅꯁꯤ ꯆꯤꯡ ꯇꯝ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯈꯥꯏꯗꯅ ꯑꯩꯌꯥꯎ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯄꯨꯟꯅ ꯂꯦꯞꯃꯤꯟꯅꯁꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯋꯥꯐꯝꯗꯣ ꯌꯨꯄꯤꯑꯣꯀꯤ ꯃꯥꯏꯀꯩꯗꯒꯤ ꯊꯝꯖꯔꯤ.
Indian Red Cross Society Bishnupur District Branch, under the supervision of Indian Red Cross Society Bishnupur District Branch President and Deputy Commissioner Pujai Langbam IAS, in support with Indian Red Cross Society Manipur State Branch, today the 9 January, distributed relief materials including hygiene kit and trampoline for the inmates of Morang Kuno Mamang Sabal Relief Camp under Bishnupur District. The relief items distribution was also attended by District Bishnupur Municipal Council Chairperson and Indian Red Cross Society Petrol member Laishram Maniyaima, Branch Secretary Dr. Huidrom Roman, Treasurer Morangthem Ibohanbi, Committee members Wahengbam Tolango and Oinam Rajendro. Tussle ensued yesterday, the 8th January, at around 5:10 p.m. when security personnel of 8th Bihar Regiment forcefully tried to abduct one pharmacist, namely Vaikom Robinson, aged about 38 years, son of the Vaikom Bisojit from Moirangpurel area under Andro Assembly constituency of Imphal East District. Personnel of 8th Bihar Regiment came to the pharmacy run by Robinson and requested to accompany them for treatment of one of their personnel and tried to forcefully abduct him. The nearby residents were alert and Vaikom Robinson was later rescued. Residents demanded immediate removal of the Indian Security Forces stationed in the area following the incident. Panic gripped parts of Manipur's Bishnupur district yesterday, the 8th January evening, after an explosive device was hurled at a fuel station, triggering a loud blast and raising security concerns in the area. According to preliminary reports, unidentified miscreants riding a two-wheeler allegedly threw a bomb at MS Elidas fuel station located at Morang Thana Lekai at around 8:10 p.m. Fortunately, no injuries or casualties were reported in the incident. However, the explosion led to momentary chaos in the vicinity. Security forces were immediately alerted and a search operation was launched in and around the area to trace the attackers. In an effort to rejuvenate and revive degraded areas and at the same time to improve livelihood of the people around Barak Watershed, Senapati Forest Division, as a pilot initiative, carried out a PRA, Participatory Rural Appraisal exercise yesterday, the 8th January, to map the resources, land use patterns, wealth rankings, matrix ranking, timeline and SWOT analysis of the Saranamai village, Senapati and the Barak catchment areas. The baseline data would help in formulating detailed plan of action under new Kempa scheme from MOEFCC. The division plans to cover all the villages falling under Barak Watershed in the days to come. It may be mentioned that Barak River is of great importance due to its ecological, hydrological, environmental, religious, cultural, spiritual and economic aspects in and around Senapati district. Barak River, with its origin at Lian Kulen village of Senapati district, flows through Manipur and further drains to plains of the lower part of Assam and finally into the Bay of Bengal as River Meghana in Bangladesh. The significance, however, has been undermined of late due to the various increasing threats and problems including forest fire, floods, bank line erosion, deforestation and degradation, shifting cultivation, soil erosion in catchment areas, landslides and lack of awareness. Assam opposition parties on January 9 filed a police complaint alleging a conspiracy by the Bharatiya Janata Party (BJP) to remove names from the electoral rolls ahead of the upcoming assembly elections. The Congress, CPIM, Raijor Dal, Assam Jatiya Parishad and CPI-ML submitted a joint complaint at Dispur police station naming state BJP President Dilip Saikia and Cabinet Minister Ashok Singhal. The parties allege that Saikia has entrusted Singhal with the task of facilitating the deletion of voters' names in 60 Legislative Assembly constituency. The complaint comes at a time where the special revisions of electoral rolls is underway in Assam, with the final list scheduled to be published on February 10. Assembly elections are expected to be held in March or April. And now let's take a short break. Stay tuned for more updates.
Hello everyone, welcome to Career Topics. Ngasi mayamgidamakta puduna lakchariba career topic unconventional careers. Unconventional career haibasi aikoina traditional career haibadi doctor natraga engineering gumba mainstream career nataba adubuni. Khudam oina hairabada law, liberal arts, psychology, agriculture, mass communication, design, physiotherapy, forensic science, architecture, asina chimbani. Unconventional careers inge marakta ngasige topic mass communication. Mass communication haibasi aikoina miyambu karigumba pau natraga information matam amada punna yohanba adubuni. Khudam oina harabada pau che TV, radio, film na chingba asini. Mass communication gi career path asi changbada skills makhal kaya ama changli. Skills sing asige manungda maru oiba khara harabada creativity, curiosity and critical thinking, strong verbal and writing communication skills, editing, presentation skills, adaptability and flexibility ashina chingbe. Hairiba career path asi matau karamna tamgani. Kanagumba any stream da 12 loiraba 45% or above hanglaba mahiroi amana bachelor or diploma in mass communication asi pursue tawba yai. Mass communication hairiba career path asi yamna kanaba amadi lemjaningai oiba career path amani. Aikoina mass communication gi tokhai ba section sing khairui madudi print and electronics journalism, advertising, public relation, radio jockey, news anchor, content writer asini. Kanagumba mahiroi singna thawai yaubirabadi aikoigi office ta laktuna tanabiyu natraga makhada pizariba aikoigi contact number asina pau paubiru.
Ayang taibang khongda jarakhibasi kumjali singamaga samapal humphudra 1970 mas ki kunipal lamtagina kunmathoi nipanba thang janamit ki ayuk pung mapanda ayang taibang phaurakki lo leijaba phije leijaba lining leijaba maitai phurupse amtadi ningkha tamna lining mikha pondabasu oirasi.
Welcome back again. You're watching ELITETV's Primetime English News Bulletin. A joint body of 6 students' organizations of the state Manipur, including AMSU, DESAM, MSF, KSA, SUK, and AIMS, has submitted a memorandum addressed to the Manipur governor seeking constituting a high-level inquiry committee to look into the paper scheme of the Board of Secondary Education in Manipur, alleging use of substandard papers in printing school textbooks. The memorandum highlighted that the use of substandard papers for printing the school textbook is a gross violation of the tender norms and raised serious concern regarding accountability and responsibility of the officials involved in the quality checking process. The 6 students' organizations have further demanded immediate blacklisting of the concerned printing firms responsible for supplying the substandard quality papers. The Indian Army's Gage Raj Corps on January 8 carried out a rescue operation at Sela Top in Arunachal Pradesh Tawang district, saving more than 27 civilians amidst extreme weather conditions and poor visibility. According to officials, the incident occurred when a civilian vehicle skipped off the road and struck a roadside concrete slab due to icy condition and heavy snowfall in the high altitude area. The accident left several passengers stranded in sub-zero temperatures, posing serious safety risks. Despite harsh weather and limited visibility, Army personnel swiftly mobilized manpower and machinery to reach the site and carry out the rescue. The stranded civilians were safely evacuated and immediate assistance was provided to prevent further mishap in the area. The Nagaland Pradesh Congress Committee and PCC on January 8 launched a 45-day statewide agitation against repeal and renaming of the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act (MGNREGA), alleging that the centre has dismantled a critical right-based livelihood program for rural India. The agitation was formally launched at Congress Bhavan by AICC Secretary and Member of Parliament Saptagiri Sankar Ulka, who also chairs the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Rural Employment and Panchayati Raj. Addressing party workers, Ulka criticized the manner in which the new Viksit Bharat Guarantee for Rojgar and Ajivika Mission Gramin (BBG) RAMG Act was passed in Parliament, describing it as undemocratic and rush. He alleged the legislation was introduced and cleared without adequate debate, effectively replacing MGNREGA and diluting its core right-based provision. Ulaka further accused the centre of systematically weakening MGNREGA over the past 11 years through delayed wage payments, chronic underfunding and denial of material cost. Since the opening of the Bairabi-Sairang railway line in September 2025, more than 22,000 inner line permits (ILPs) have been issued to visitors arriving at Mizoram Sairang railway station, police officials said. The ILP is an official travel document required for Indian citizens to enter protected areas including Mizoram under the supervisions of the Bengal Eastern Frontier Regulation (BFR) 1873, which was notified by the British government in 1875. According to a police officer at the ILP counter, a total of 20,914 permits were issued to tourists, traders and migrant workers between September 13, 2025 and the end of the last year following the inauguration of the railway line. An additional 1,517 permits were issued between January 1st and 8, bringing the total to 22,431. An interim committee was formed on January 8 to address concerns related to the safety, justice and rights of students from the Northeast in the wake of the death of Anjel Chakma. The decision was taken at a meeting of Northeast Student Organization and Association held on January 8, 2026 at the Nagaland State Guest House in RK Puram, New Delhi. The meeting was chaired by D. Sojio Mao, President of the Naga Students Union Delhi, NUSUD, and was attended by representatives of 17 student bodies from across the northeastern region. During deliberation, participants identified key issues that the interim committee will pursue collectively. These include demands for a CBI inquiry into the death of Anjel Chakma, effective implementation of anti-racial discrimination laws, strengthening and expansion of the special police units for the protection of people from the Northeast, such as Punner across different states, and inclusions of the history of the Northeast in NCERT textbooks. Russian drone strikes temporarily knock out power to the entire southern Zaporizhia region of Ukraine and left more than 6 lakh households in the central Dnipropetrovsk region without electricity, officials said yesterday, the 8th January. The bombardment occurred against the backdrop of US-led diplomatic efforts to stop the fighting nearly 4 years after Russia invaded its neighbor. Ukraine and its Western allies have been working to establish a framework for a peace settlement, but Moscow has given no public sign it is willing to compromise. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky denounced Russia for aiming at public services in a nighttime attack. Russia has repeatedly targeted Ukraine's power grid since it invaded, denying civilians heat and running water in a strategy Ukrainian officials call weaponizing winter. The Directorate of Youth Affairs and Sports Manipur today, the 9th January, successfully concluded final state-level selection trial in football for the first edition of Khelo India Travel Games today at Astro Turf Sanapati. The selection trial in football was conducted for an open age category both for men and women. Altogether, 36 ST women and 46 ST men from various districts participated in the final selection trial under the supervision of District Youth Affairs and Sports Office Sanapati and expert sports mentors of various districts. The final selected 22 players for both men and women category in football will be representing the state and participate in the first edition of Khelo India Travel Games 2026, scheduled to be held at Chhattisgarh from February 14, 2026 onwards. The final round followed a rigorous round of pre-selection trials held on 5th of January 2026 across multiple venues includes Thomas Ground, Kambopi, Chandel Sports Complex, Tuibong Peace Ground, Churachandpur Kumanlam Park Sports Complex. For ELITETV News Channel, contact to the email address info@elitv.in or 9402890982 and subscribe to the ELITETV YouTube channel or follow on Facebook page, Instagram and X for more information about the channel. And now let's take a look at the headlines once again. Fuel outlets likely to announce indefinite shutting down following the bomb attack at Morang Thanalekai petrol pump. State level 192nd death anniversary of Maharaj Gambhir Singh observed at Langthabal. FESOC Anti-Drug Abuse Secretary comments on the need of building up unity and oneness for peace and prosperity in the state. Ipoh President races to leave behind selfish thoughts to promote a unified Manipur. UPF's National Reconciliation Month concludes today. Assam opposition files police complaint against BJP leaders over voter roll deletions. And Russian drone strikes caused blackouts in Ukraine. And that's a wrap for today. For more updates, keep watching ELITETV's English News. Thank you and have a great evening.